Welcome, everyone. Have you ever caught a younger woman smiling at you and instantly brushed it off, thinking it was just politeness? Or maybe you assumed it meant nothing at all? Well, what if I told you that those smiles often hold much more meaning than you realize, layers that many older men completely miss in today's video? We're diving into why younger women smile at older men and what it truly means. You'll discover the subtle but powerful reasons behind these interactions. Reasons that, once you understand them, could completely change how you see yourself and how you respond in these moments. So stick with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll never second guess yourself again. Let's begin. Reason number 1. Stability is a powerful attraction. Many men underestimate just how deeply women value stability in a partner. While younger men may focus on excitement, charm, or physical appeal, they often overlook one of the most magnetic forces of all: emotional, mental, and financial stability in a world full of unpredictability. A man who is grounded, who provides a sense of consistency and calm, stands out. And women, especially younger ones, are naturally drawn to that. They may not always say it, but they feel it. Emotional stability is especially rare today, when a man can handle stress, setbacks, or conflict without overreacting. He radiates a kind of quiet strength. He doesn't lash out when things don't go his way. He doesn't spiral when a woman pulls away. Instead, he stays composed, grounded, unshaken, and that calm confidence, it's magnetic. Women feel safe around it. Mental stability is just as important. It's not just about being smart, it's about being centered. Life experience gives a man perspective, while many younger men are still figuring themselves out, wrestling with insecurity, reacting on impulse, or questioning their identity. A stable man carries himself differently. He knows who he is. He doesn't chase approval, and that's self-assurance. Women notice it often. Instantly certainty. He doesn't seek validation, nor is he easily swayed by fleeting emotions. This kind of mental strength is deeply attractive. It signals wisdom, self-awareness, and leadership. These qualities don't just impress a woman, they make her feel intrigued, safe, and grounded. Financial stability is often misunderstood. It's not about how much money he has, but about the discipline and responsibility behind how he manages it. A man who handles his resources wisely, who has a plan and doesn't live in chaos, communicates dependability. It's not the money that draws her in. It's the structure, the foresight, and the maturity. It represents a man in control of his decisions, who invests in himself and who doesn't rely on luck or temporary highs, earns subconscious respect. This is why true stability is both rare and deeply desirable. Most younger men are still figuring life out, reacting emotionally, chasing meaning, struggling to find control. But a man who walks through life with composure, whose foundation isn't shaken by external events, becomes a presence of calm and intrigue. Women may not always realize it consciously, but they feel it. Something shifts in them when they're around a man who listens more than he speaks, who moves with quiet confidence and doesn't need to prove himself. She smiles without knowing why. She relaxes because she feels the energy of someone who simply is attraction goes beyond charm looks or momentary thrill. It's about presence. A man who is stable emotionally, mentally, and financially naturally draws women in. He doesn't chase. He doesn't seek approval. He moves through life with certainty, and that certainty is magnetic reason. 2 older men often stand out from younger men in a world where many young men still wrestle with self-doubt, emotional impulsivity, and lack of direction. The calm presence of an older man creates a stark contrast. Many women are used to dating peers who fumble through conversations, distracted by their phones, anxious about their image, or trying too hard to be funny or impressive. Their insecurity shows in their need for constant validation, social media, endless messaging, or overcompensating behaviors. They haven't yet learned the art of being at ease with themselves or with others. She's used to uncertainty, feeling it in every interaction. Then she meets him, an older man. Different, he doesn't fidget or force a joke to fill the space. He doesn't rush to cover silence with words. Instead, he holds eye contact, listens, responds with calm confidence. He's at ease in his own skin. There's no performance, no chase, no need for validation. He's there because he chooses to be, not because he needs to be seen. That quiet self-assurance is rare. Younger men often lack it, and it makes him stand out. He carries himself with intention, no flashy status symbols, no exaggerated bravado. His confidence isn't loud, it's present. He doesn't force laughter or fear, silence. He allows it, and in doing so, he intrigues her. She's used to being entertained, impressed, persuaded, but this man offers none of that because he doesn't need to. He is simply and fully, and that in itself commands attention. This shift in energy is what captivates her. She spent years around men who overthink, overcompensate, and overextend. But this man, he's still grounded, unshaken by delayed replies or the unknown. He doesn't cling. He moves with quiet purpose, and that purpose is magnetic. This is why younger women are drawn to older men. It's not just about life experience or financial stability, though. Those help. It's the feeling, the contrast, the calm in the storm, the sense that for once she doesn't have to be entertained to be wanted. He gives her something new, something steady, something real. And suddenly she finds herself wondering, who is this man, and why do I want to know more? Reason. 3. Confidence is incredibly attractive. Picture a man standing in line at a coffee shop, calm, collected, and fully present. He's not scrolling through his phone, scanning the room, or subtly adjusting his posture to seem more impressive. He just is grounded at ease. He orders his drink with an unhurried tone, gives the barista a polite nod, and waits patiently. He doesn't try to draw attention, yet somehow people notice him anyway. A young woman nearby catches herself smiling, without even realizing why. This is the quiet power of confidence, something many younger men are still learning. Youth often comes with uncertainty, but older men tend to project a calm, effortless assurance they've already faced. Self-doubt, made mistakes, and grown through it. They have nothing to prove, no need to seek validation, and no desire to impress just for approval. This lack of insecurity makes them stand out without even trying. They don't rush to feel silence, over-explain themselves, or second-guess their every move. Their presence alone commands respect. Not because they demand it, but because they embody it. Women are naturally drawn to this kind of energy, often without fully understanding why. When a man is truly confident, it shows in his body language, in his tone of voice, in how he holds eye contact. It all reflects a rare inner steadiness. A woman may not be able to put her finger on what makes him so compelling, but she feels it. There's no desperation in his actions, no neediness, no subtle plea for validation. And that, more than anything, makes him magnetic. Most men spend their lives trying to get noticed, thinking they need to chase attraction. But the truth is, the most attractive men don't chase. They don't have to. Confidence isn't about arrogance or dominance. It's about self-possession, knowing who you are and being at peace with it. When a man stops seeking approval and simply exists as himself, he becomes the kind of man who doesn't just catch a woman's eye, he stays on her mind long after she's looked away. Reason 4. The allure of experience. When a younger woman smiles at an older man, it's rarely just about physical attraction. More often, it's curiosity. It's a subtle, almost subconscious recognition that there's something different about him, something that sets him apart from the younger men around her. In her mind, a quiet thought begins to form. He probably knows how to hold a real conversation. Or maybe he seems like someone who knows who he is and what he's doing. There's an unspoken understanding that this man operates on a different wavelength one, not driven by insecurity, impulsiveness, or the need for constant validation. Younger men, especially those still finding their footing in life, often approach women with a need to prove themselves. They try to impress with humour status or physical charm. They overcompensate, chasing attention, approval, or trying to be the loudest in the room. But an experienced man moves differently. He doesn't need to prove anything. He's lived enough to understand that real attraction can't be forced. His confidence is quiet, his presence is calm, he's comfortable in his own skin, and that ease is magnetic. What makes experience so attractive isn't just wisdom or age. It's the energy that comes with living through life's ups and downs. A man who has navigated both success and failure gains perspective. He sees beyond surface-level attraction. He doesn't overreact, doesn't seek validation, and isn't desperate for attention. And women notice. He listens, really listens, not just waiting for his turn to speak. He knows how to hold space, how to make her feel seen without trying too hard to be seen himself. He can engage without overwhelming. He doesn't play games because he's outgrown them. Experience brings depth. It brings a kind of quiet power that younger men are still learning to develop. And that's what makes it so intriguing. It's not just about what he knows, it's how he carries himself. He understands human connection, not because he studied it, but because he's lived it. His conversations have substance. His presence has weight, and his confidence doesn't need to be loud to be felt. That's the difference. That's why experience draws her an irresistible presence. When a younger woman smiles at an experienced man, it's rarely just about looks. She's responding to something deeper. His presence, his energy, and the quiet intrigue of wondering what it would be like to truly know him. She finds herself curious. What kind of life has he lived? What lessons has he learned? What would it feel like to be near someone who doesn't chase, doesn't try too hard, but simply is confident, composed, and deeply grounded? This kind of magnetism isn't loud, it's not showy, it can't be faked, and it definitely can't be rushed. It's the natural result of life well lived, of experience earned, and of a man who no longer feels the need to prove himself, because he already knows his worth. Reason number 5, she genuinely finds you attractive. There's a widespread myth that men lose their attractiveness as they age, that youth is the gold standard of desirability. But the truth is, many younger women are drawn to older men because of their age, not in spite of it. Why? Because experience brings qualities that can't be taught overnight. Wisdom, patience, confidence, and a calm self-assurance that younger men are still working toward physical looks play a part. Yes, but not in the way we've been led to believe. Salt and pepper hair, that's not a flaw. It's a symbol of maturity. A distinguished appearance paired with a refined sense of style can turn more heads than trendy clothes or youthful bravado ever could. But ultimately, it's not just how a man looks, it's how he carries himself. His demeanour is calm, his presence is steady. He doesn't need to seek attention or dominate a room to be noticed. That kind of quiet confidence speaks louder than any words. Society often tells men that aging is a decline, that their value drops as the years go by. But in reality, many younger women value the qualities that only time can give maturity: emotional depth, stability. A man who knows who he is, doesn't play games, and listens more than he talks. So when a younger woman smiles at an older man, it's not just courtesy, it's curiosity, it's admiration, and yes, it's attraction. She's drawn to the man who doesn't seek approval, who commands respect. Effortlessly, she sees the difference. His calm presence, his lived experience, and the quiet confidence that only comes from knowing who he truly is. The mistake many older men make is forgetting this. They doubt their worth. let societal narratives about age chip away at their confidence and fail to recognize the power of presence over pretense. But the men who lean into their age, who refine their demeanor and carry themselves with assurance, quickly realize that attraction isn't about youth. It's about mindset, energy, and the undeniable appeal. Reason 6. She's testing the waters. A woman's smile is never just a smile, it's a quiet test, a subtle invitation, or sometimes a challenge. Many men misread it, seeing it as either clear interest or nothing at all. But underneath that simple gesture lies something more instinctive, when a younger woman smiles at an older man. Even subconsciously, she's watching how he responds. Does he meet her gaze with calm confidence? Does he smile back, steady, unshaken, comfortable in the moment, or does he falter, look away, or second guesses himself? Women are acutely tuned to social nuance. They read the smallest cues long before words are spoken. A smile becomes a way to measure a man's presence, his groundedness, his ease in subtle tension. He passes the test if he returns. The smile with relaxed composure, not overly eager, not avoiding, just centered. This shows he's self-assured, unfazed and confident without trying too hard. But if he averts his eyes too quickly, seems unsure or hesitates, he signals insecurity, and with that her interests may quietly fade. Women are drawn to men with quiet strength. Not men who chase validation, but those who naturally exude self-possession. Her smile is not just friendliness. It's a gauge she's looking for, the man who matches the image in her mind, confident, mature and in control. If he responds with that same quiet energy, he validates her curiosity and deepens the spark of attraction. But if he misses the moment passes, and often so does she. This isn't about games, it's instinct. She wants to know. Can he hold his ground in the unspoken tension of desire? Because if he can't handle the moment, he won't handle her attention. The key is not to overthink it. A confident man doesn't pause to analyze whether he should smile back. He simply does naturally, effortlessly, as if it's the most normal thing in the world. And in that calm, grounded presence, a woman often finds exactly what she was looking for. As we wrap up this discussion, one thing becomes clear when younger women smile at older men. It's rarely random or meaningless. These moments are often rooted in deeper psychological cues, subconscious attraction, admiration for confidence, curiosity about life experience, or even a subtle test of composure. The mistake many older men make is brushing off these interactions, failing to see the value they hold in a younger woman's eyes. Confidence, stability, and life experience. Qualities many older men naturally possess are incredibly attractive. Yet these same men often underestimate their own appeal. Younger men might have energy and charm, but they often lack the depth, calm, and self-assurance that only time can provide. When a younger woman smiles at an older man, it often reflects that contrast. She notices something different, something compelling. But here's the real takeaway. It's not about whether she smiles, it's about how you respond. A man who knows his worth doesn't overanalyze. He doesn't second-guesses himself or let society's expectations shake his confidence. Instead, he walks through life grounded in who he is sure of his strengths, secure in his presence. So next time you catch a younger woman smiling at you, don't brush it off. Meet it with quiet confidence, not arrogance. Recognize it for what it could be, a reflection of the strength, stability, and life experience you naturally project. And remember, attraction isn't just about age, it's about energy, presence, and how comfortable you are in your own skin. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced this kind of attention from a younger woman? Have you ever dismissed a smile only to later realize it might have meant more? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's open up the conversation and learn from each other. And if you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future content on relationships, confidence, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next